welcome to Practical Talk Time. I'm your host, Usha Kumar. Today I have here with me two young entrepreneurs. The reason I have them on my show is because every day you hear the news and you find that some kid is shooting up another kid or shooting up other people in schools or in colleges sometimes. And it seems that, oh, these young people can never do any good. But then these stories only make it to the headlines because they are so rare. And it's incumbent upon us to appreciate all the other kids that are really doing their job, trying to learn and trying to be good, really, and do good. So please join me in welcoming Mike and Marc Guberti. Hello, Marc. Hello, Mike. It's so nice to have you here on the show. And all of my morning's travails kind of just went away, and I felt so much better after seeing your bright faces.
Thank you very much.
Really, and it's so wonderful to see that young kids like you can not only use time wisely for yourselves, but also use your time to help others, other young people like yourself.
Yes.
And even adults, I'm sure.
Yes, we've had requests.
So you are Marc Guberti. What are you doing? What are you studying?
I am studying social media. I'm a social media expert with over 90,000 Twitter followers. And in terms of the colleges, I haven't really decided yet since I'm going from sophomore year to junior year, but I'm looking at the top ones available.
So you're in high school?
Yes.
And you're going to junior? Yeah, from
I'm going to junior year.
Okay. And you're already looking up colleges?
Yeah, I'm looking at colleges just to get an idea.
Are you planning to graduate early from high school?
I'm going to graduate senior year. I'm not going to graduate.
Okay, so you're going to take your time and study the entire high school?
Exactly.
Okay, that's good that you're not jumping years to get to college too soon.
Why rush it?
Yes, there's a lot to learn here, right?
Yeah.
And which school are you studying?
I'm currently studying at Fordham Prep.
Fordham?
Yes.
Prep?
Yeah.
And where is that?
In the Bronx.
Oh, I see. So, this year, what have you been doing?
For this,
you know, in terms of not your school, but what you're doing with your after-school activities.
Well, for this year, I've been growing my social media presence, but my brother and I have also been creating a training course that we call Teenager Entrepreneur, where we educate teenagers how they can create their own thriving businesses.
Wow. Aren't you just too young to be teaching others
There's no age
about
limit.
entrepreneurship? And
technology has dramatically changed, tearing away the age limit.
Isn't that right?
It is.
Yeah.
Michael, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So how old are you and what are you studying?
I'm 17. I'm going to study business at Fordham University.
So you finished high school?
Yes.
Wow, you're 17 and you finished your high school.
Yes.
Very good. Congratulations on that.
Thank
you. And so this fall you'll be starting Fordham?
Yes, this fall.
Oh, I see. Recently I heard that you both got some awards. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yes. Last night we were at the Rule Breakers ceremony for people who break the rules in their industry.
Rule Breaker ceremony?
Yes.
Okay. Where was this, in New York?
New York, the Tribeca Grand, I believe. And we were honored. We both got trophies because we're proving age is no limit to success in this.
So this is a Rule Breaker trophy?
Yes.
You each got one, or how is it?
We each got one.
You each got one. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And so what rule did you break?
We broke the rule that you have to be over 18 to be a successful entrepreneur.
And both of you have proved that you are entrepreneurs already.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, isn't that wonderful? Your parents must be really proud, and you must be proud of yourself.
They are.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're proud of ourselves and for the parents who raised us.
I know there's a lot to be said about, for children who take responsibility to learn and to help others. And again, kudos also to the parents who pay attention to the children and help them grow.
They were really instrumental. They just they filled us with core values that guided us the whole way.
And they helped us through the whole process. They didn't just give us the core values and then said, take the core values and make something with those core values. They gave us the core values and then they guided us day by day. Even to this day, they continue to help us.
So the key word there is guidance.
Yes.
Giving the guidance, giving the support that children need.
Yeah,
I
really,
think.
all the time.
That is wonderful. I know I brought you here because you guys are entrepreneurs, you are authors, you've written books,
Yes.
e-books, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
And you speak,
Yes.
you lecture, you even conduct courses
Yes.
for
Yes.
young people.
We do.
And we're going to talk about all of that. And at least we're going to do at least 2 shows. One is going to be on building confidence, because I think before we get to entrepreneurship, we need to talk about how to build confidence, right?
Yeah, totally. You need that.
It's essential.
So Marc, how would you say your confidence level is?
My confidence level is very high because I have a strong belief in that the things I'm going to do will be successful. I know there will be some bumps along the way. Every entrepreneur faces obstacles at some point in their lives, but I know that overall success is destiny. It is going to happen. So that's how I envision it.
So your confidence, how would you describe it in the sense, is it in your knowledge? Because you're just, you're just 16.
Yes.
And so you're confident about whatever you've learned so far,
Exactly.
right?
So I think it's a combination of the knowledge, knowing a lot. Like when you know something, you're more confident about it. Like if you're going through a typical neighborhood, you use the GPS if you don't know a lot about it, but if you know everything about your neighborhood, you don't need a GPS. So the more you know, the more confident you are. But it also has something to do with there aren't a lot of 16 and 17-year-olds doing this kind of thing. So it kind of makes you stand out when there is a 16 or 17-year-old. So just the whole thought of standing out makes me feel more confident as well.
So I think your parents are doing a great job of treating you as young men and not children.
Exactly.
Right? I think a lot of parents, they get overprotective and they don't treat their children as young adults. So that's the key.
That's true.
And Mike, in terms of confidence, how do you feel?
I feel great. I feel fantastic because, as Marc mentioned, our youth distinguishes us. It really propels us that we've done so much up to this point that you just figure you can keep going.
Have you written any books along how to build confidence?
Not on how to build confidence, although that will be the future publications about that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
What did you write your book on?
I wrote a book called SAT ACT Guide to Success because I took the SAT and the ACT standardized tests as a junior in high school, and I found that the process to do so was so cumbersome, and it was just a lot of different steps and hurdles to go through, and I simplified that into a short book that students can learn from how to master all the sections of both tests and what to do with registration dates, such like that.
Oh, wow. Did you feel that you should have done it sooner or later in terms of when you chose to do your SATs?
I think I did them at the right time. I had ample preparation, and
What is the right time?
Right time is after you've gotten to know the test enough where it won't be a surprise when you go in to take the sections to test them up.
Oh, I see. So it doesn't matter which grade or how old you are when you take the test? I mean,
preferably junior year, actually. I took them then.
I see.
Anyway.
And then by the end of it, you were in a position to write a book about it?
Yes,
on how to beat the test or how to take the test?
A lot of experience was poured into that book over many times of taking the test, so I think so.
Does one have to prepare for years and years for this? For the SATs?
I would say you want to prepare the summer before the test. That would be the optimal time.
I see, I see. And did your school prepare you for the test already? I mean, in terms of their regular curriculum?
Yes, it was challenging enough to where you had the right mindset going in that this was going to be of some academic rigor, but you had that expectation anyway.
And so did you find all your ways to attack the test while you were preparing for it, or did you kind of think back and say, okay, these are the ways you attack this test?
Well, when I was preparing, yes, I did note what worked.
I see.
Because when I took practice tests, I was like, oh, that was a correct answer. How did I get that? And then I noted that, and that's all went into the book.
Oh, I see. So a lot of reflection went into, each practice test that you took.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. I don't think most kids will take the time to sit and ponder over that.
Well, many of them don't know what they would do with it either. Like what? So they figure out how, okay, get that right on my test. What more do I need? That's probably their mentality, something we're trying to change.
So that's wonderful that you not only took the test, you found the way to do it well, and then you wrote a book to help other students.
Exactly.
It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Coming back to Marc. Okay, I'm really curious, as to what you think are the steps to building confidence. I mean, to start with, what did you find useful?
Well, I think one of the very useful ways to build confidence is to get a lot of exercise. When I went to high school, I thought it's going to be a really big workload. I'm not going to be able to focus on my business as much because I started in middle school where the homework's not as hard, but in high school the work kind of just like stockpiles on you.
Oh, wait a minute. You started this entrepreneurship while you were in middle school itself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been doing this for a while.
So you were doing that because you had plenty of free time?
Yeah, I had plenty of free time. So at high school, I thought all this free time is going to go away now because I'm taking all honors classes, taking the most rigorous ones. I took an AP for sophomore year, so I thought all this time was going to go away. And in addition, I wanted to make some friends at my school. I didn't want to be the outsider, so I decided to run for my school's cross-country team, which evolved into track. So I got a lot of exercise, but the exercise and the sport, cross-country and track in particular, taught you want to get a better time each week, so you strive to get better results. And I kind of took that idea, striving for better results, to my entrepreneurial standpoint. And then I thought, if I have these goals, I should be able to raise the bar higher as the weeks go by and keep on doing more.
It's interesting that you mentioned exercise first, because I find, you see, I've had a teenager before, I've been a teenager before, and the thing is that those are the years you want to really sleep, even if you had a little extra time. I remember, most teenagers want to sleep longer in the morning, and they want to sleep anytime they can get to sleep. So it's interesting that you're saying, oh, I have to exercise.
Yeah.
And I think exercise drives away weariness. A lot of people say, oh, I'm tired, but they don't want to exercise. But you're saying if you exercise...
Yeah, if you exercise, you get more confidence. Some people...
You get more energy and confidence.
Totally.
Yeah. And some people exercise and then they get the giant nap. And then some people, ironically, don't really take a nap. They stay up until like 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that, and then they talk about why they need so much sleep.
Oh, yes. So you talk to your friends, and your friends want to sleep, right?
Yeah,
or they are staying up all night,
yeah.
and then they are walking like zombies during the daytime
Yeah.
because they didn't have enough sleep. So I think sleep is an important factor.
Yes.
Sleep, I don't know a human who can't go without sleep.
Yeah, and maybe sleep at the right time, or the right amount of sleep.
Right amount of time.
Did you mention that in your list?
Sleep?
For confidence, no.
No, sleep's just an additional way to help out with everything else.
It's required.
Yeah, but exercise is important for your confidence.
Yes, very important.
So in what way? I mean,
exercise makes you realize that you're actually doing the work every day. You're putting in commitment when you exercise every day. And that commitment makes you realize that I'm doing something worth value, I'm doing something extraordinary, I'm actually committing, whereas...
What kind of exercise?
Well, for me, that would just be running all around as far as I can. Other people, it may be lifting weights, it may be doing bench presses, it may be another kind of exercise just to get stronger and further establish the commitment.
And playing any sport?
Yes, playing any sport.
I guess would be part of that.
That's part of it.
That's wonderful. Okay, I'm going to have Michael. Thank you, Marc. Mike, okay, you tell me, you have any other point for building confidence?
Well, one other would be to dress very well or sharp, because right now I have more confidence than I'm dressed in very sharp clothes than if I had more pedestrian items on.
Yeah, not if you're lounging around in pajamas all day, you know.
No, that's not very empowering, you know?
I guess the same is true for adults. It's not just for you teenagers.
Well, no.
There's great advice for anyone,
Yeah,
I think.
totally.
In dressing well, I mean, do you have to do that all day or certain times?
Most of the day you want to be in something that is crisp, or at least in your mind crisp, because it's the perception, really. If you perceive you're wearing something that's going to empower you, then you'll still get that same sensation.
Yeah, and I think you found this, you know, all these items to be building confidence, mainly because you've been entrepreneurs for a few years now,
Yes.
and also you've been successful at it. And I'm sure you have other fellow teenager entrepreneurs, and they might not be dressing as sharply or exercising, right? And maybe there's something to say about being dressed well to feel confident of yourself.
Yeah, it just furthers the feeling.
Yeah. And then what else would you do to build confidence,
Well,
Mark?
another thing to do to build confidence is to have a good posture. You want to like be standing straight, head up high. You don't want to be like slouched on the couch while talking, because that's the kind of posture that you do when you're like trying to get to sleep, or like you're not fully engaged. Having the posture makes you engage with the person you were talking to, and then that boosts your confidence because you're able to do a better job engaging with that person.
Yeah, isn't that true? When you're slouching, you give the impression that you are not confident.
Yes, really.
Very often that's, again, something about perception.
You can tell a lot about a person by how they sit or stand.
In terms of sitting up straight and all, was that your parents that coached you from when you were young, or did you find out along the way, or did some teacher help you with that?
That was our parents. At the movie theater, there was no such thing as sitting back on the chair and relaxing. It was just like full posture, head up high, and all that fun
So
stuff.
you're more alert and you take in everything, all the information, don't miss information, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of helps you with your alertness, just your posture, I think.
Yeah, it does.
So that's good, wonderful. So now we've got dressing sharp, good posture, getting your exercise to feel energized, and what else?
Well, speaking of exercise, another way to build your self-confidence is by walking faster.
Walking faster.
Walking faster is like, instead of just like walking slow and just walking somewhere just because you have to be there, you walk faster because you want to get somewhere faster. You want to get there faster because you want to be there. So walking faster is like, I'm happy to be here, I'm happy to go to this place, let's do it.
So it helps with your attitude, really. Walking fast makes you want to be where you want to be, and makes you want to be wanting to do whatever you want to do, right?
Yeah, it gives you a purpose.
It's interesting. It gives you a purpose, okay?
And it's a strong one because you're walking.
But how does one practice that?
Just constantly walk. If you're going to the kitchen to get something, treat it as if it's really important and walk fast, and soon enough that'll become habitual and you'll walk fast all of the time.
Yeah, it's very interesting because I've seen documentaries and videos, movies of great people, great leaders, and often if you see them, that they're walking really fast. Even doesn't matter how old they are, at whatever age, I've seen people walking fast, and now that makes sense.
Well, happy.
Okay, maybe this is something I can try too.
Good.
Yeah, it's a really great way. And another way that like could help you walk faster is, I know that not everyone's going to be able to do this every single moment, but you count the number of steps it takes for you to get from one destination to another, and you see if you could like take less steps to get to the same destination, and then that'll help you walk faster.
Longer strides.
Yes.
Longer strides.
Okay. That's a great tip. If you're all watching, better try and practice those at home. And then in terms of how you interact with others, what helps you with your confidence?
Well, one great thing you could do is compliment other people, because if you're having a tough day and you're bike riding, for example, and you see, I do this often, that's why I'm saying it, when you bike ride and you see someone walking their dog on a bike trail, often people walk their dog, you could say, nice dog, nice dog. And you say that like 20 times, and you get, you know, like maybe 15, oh, thank you very much, sincere responses. Not only does it boost them up, because they have the dog, and they like the dog, otherwise they wouldn't be walking the dog, but it makes you feel better because they gave you a sincere answer.
Yeah, it's very interesting that you say this, because I've read some books in psychology and everything else, and even business books, that just complimenting others, whether it's at work or at home or in general in society, that really builds friendships.
It does, yeah.
And that really brings success.
It really does.
In terms of wherever you are.
Because who doesn't want to be complimented? You know?
And that again needs practice, I think. You know, you might think, oh, that person's shirt is good, you know, but very often one feels hesitant to approach a stranger and say, oh, I like your shirt, because it might have other connotations or other meanings. So, right?
I mean, they say that the greatest things go unsaid, so when you're thinking of a compliment, just get used to saying the compliment. The person who receives the compliment will be very grateful. Not only will it boost your self-confidence, but it'll make that person feel good for the rest of the day. It's an unexpected compliment that feels really good.
So sincere compliment, unexpected by the person who is receiving it, yeah, I guess that can mean something good. But then how does it build your confidence?
It builds your confidence because you feel warm inside. You feel like you're doing good. You're being respectful, you're being kind to others, and that respect and kindness really pays off because you see yourself as a better person when you look at yourself at the mirror every day.
Do you think other children in your school follow that? Yes, no?
Not many.
Some.
Some do, yeah.
And then some children I know, anyway, those are the notorious ones, right? Who constantly criticize other children and bully. So I think this is just the opposite of that.
Right.
Exactly.
And this actually builds your confidence, not the bullying. You know?
Yeah, no, the bullies are trying to find flaws in people just because they have so many. So.
Exactly. On this show, I've had experts come and talk about bullying, and I think parents and children should pay attention to this aspect of character building and personality development in terms of raising a child's confidence level so they will not be bullies in school.
Yes.
This is wonderful. It's a wonderful point. Then what else?
Another way that you can build your confidence is by being thankful for yourself. You are unique. There's billions of people on the planet. You can't be anyone else, they say, because everyone else is already taken. So you have yourself, and you control the entire course of your destiny, and just be thankful that you have choices, you can make decisions and actions, and you have the ability to become successful. There is nothing like paved in the stone, and you can have the ability to change no matter where you are.
That is wonderful, Mark.
Thank you.
Being thankful, I think, is again a very good way to be in order to develop one's personality. And I think this is really great, and it builds confidence too.
Yeah.
So
It really
that's
does.
a bonus.
It is, yeah.
That is wonderful. We only have a few minutes left. So what else do we have
We have
to talk about?
the speech.
Yes.
If you're in need of confidence and you have a mirror, then you can do this. A personal speech is a 30 to 60 second speech where you recite your future, past, or present accomplishments to yourself. So you're almost amping yourself and your confidence up because of your remembering your greatness or projecting what you're going to accomplish.
This sounds to me like the elevator pitch that people advise for professionals to have, or people who are looking for a job or looking for opportunities, that they should have this short kind of a presentation that you can tell about yourself and about what you're about to do, right?
Yes, that's informational. And not only that, it's the inspirational part of it.
I see. So what is the inspirational part? I mean, what does it do?
that would be when the magnitude of your accomplishments that you're either saying you're about to have, you've had, or you're having empowers you, because you remember how much you did to get those things. And then it's like, you know what, if I did that, I can do this.
So thank you very much, Michael and Mark,
no problem,
for coming up with all these great tips to build confidence. And we had to address this first because in our next show we are going to talk about entrepreneurship and how to be successful at that, right?
Yes.
And you've written your books, Thank you very much. Congratulations on your books.
Thank you very much.
Are we done? Oh, sorry, we have a little more time.
Okay.
I thought we were done.
Oh, still here.
Wrong signal. So in terms of confidence itself, building the confidence, getting your speech, practicing all of these.
Yes.
How long have you been practicing?
Mark, why don't you take that?
All right. Well, we have been practicing for many years. It was instilled in us by our parents, who kept on enforcing why self-confidence is important, is why we have to go after that big goal. So we saw self-confidence as a way to make ourselves feel proud to be alive, proud to be who we are. So we just kept on focusing on building that self-confidence for our entire lives, and there's no reason for us to stop building it.
And don't you think, in order to have all the self-confidence with all these steps, one has to also put in a lot of work in knowing the content of whatever your study is, right?
Oh, yeah.
You need to really study, spend your time on several subjects, research, practice, exercise those, right?
Yeah, it takes a lot of work to become who you are and to build the self-confidence, but in the end, after all of that work is put in, you have a lot of self-confidence. You are living an abundant lifestyle, and it's just wonderful.
So you're sure of what you know, and then you are projecting it well with all these steps.
Exactly.
So how did that help you so far?
Well, the self-confidence has helped me because I have more faith in my expertise. I feel like some people, they have a lot of expertise, but they don't have the self-confidence, so they don't believe their expertise.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm just another guy in the niche. I'm just another guy in this workforce.
Okay. Hey, thanks, Mark. That was a wonderful explanation of how to build confidence. And Mike, you too. That was Mark and Michael Guberti. And please join us again next week, because we are going to have another show, and that's going to be on entrepreneurship. And you really don't want to miss that. Thank you all for watching. Until next time.